Welcome back to What Arty Noobs with General Disturbance. This is the M53 M55. It's the Tier 9 American SPG. We're located on the north spawn of Malinovka, and the name of the commander is Firekitty. Now she's driving the M55 actually, that's the 8-inch howitzer. I know it's the 8-inch howitzer because the barrel doesn't extend over the front of the vehicle, which is actually based on the chassis of the M46 pattern.
Time to roll out.
And battle has commenced. Now the turret is quite big, but it does give a wide arc of fire, 60 degrees, so it means you can hit more targets without getting reticule blue. And she's taken up residence in the bush where Zoe Balls tends to go. Yes, I do know that because Zoe got very upset one day when somebody sat in her bush. Or at least she thought he was going to sit in her bush. I'm sorry, Zoe, I've just given away your secret to everyone. They now know where to aim to hit you. Oh dear, I'm going to get in trouble for that. A direct hit on the Tiger P, who's killed immediately afterwards. So Firekitty picks up 452 hit points and the rest as stun assist. Now she's got 34.67 seconds on the reload. And she's doing a bit of quick counter battery. She's looking for the enemy Arty, and that's sometimes helped by turning off all visual cues so you can see the tracer more clearly when they do fire. And Zoe does the same. Oh, there's the enemy Arty! Just a little further north and round out. And it was just behind the enemy Arty. He was just a few meters north of there, just north of the tree that she knocked down. I'm pretty sure he's there, but if he is still there, it's a miracle. I think he probably moved immediately after that shell hit. He would have taken some splash damage and probably some stun too, but I doubt he'll be there anymore. He would have scarpered. Oh, we've got an enemy tank in sight. It's a Scorpion G, and he's at the rock on the reverse slope of the enemy side, which is on the east side of the map. And there's a Challenger, and that's a difficult target to hit because it's on the reverse side of the slope again, but we're going to have a go. Firekitty fires around in and direct hit! Good shot! 463 hit points, and she gets some stun assist afterwards. That was a difficult shot. She's left him on OD only 18% health now. She stripped him of his health. And there's a whole bunch of enemy tanks right up on top of the hill, and they are doing rather well. They've captured most of the hill, but not all of it. In fact, there's two enemy tanks there very close together, and we're almost loaded. And you know what happens when enemy tanks get close together? Yes, they both get hit at the same time. Lining up shot, rounds out straight away, and yes, she wipes out the Object 430 and gets 366 hit points off the T-44. She almost got a bombardier there as well. Well, not quite, but I think the T-44 has got a lot of health still in him, 53%. But that Object 430 was asking for trouble. Okay, Firekitty's lining up the next shot. It's going to be an AT-15, I think. She's marked her target and walking the shell back onto the target. AT-15 drives in. Oh, he moves far enough forward to miss the main impact and just gets splashed instead. Only 53 hit points off him, and they're now moving south. And that T-44 quickly drove down the hill. He's now in cover. We're aiming for the AT-15. We're almost ready to shoot. Oh, he just got hit by the Arty. Can we hit him while he's stunned? That'll mean more points to our Arty teammate. And yes, it looks like she did. Looks like she splashed him. Now, Firekitty's used up 6 of her... was it 6? No, she's used up 5 of her HE rounds already. Or is it... No, 6 of her HE rounds. She's only got 20 rounds in the magazine. And she's loaded, ready to shoot, but she's looking for a good target to shoot at. And there she's got one, a T-34. Round out, direct hit, and he's wiped out immediately afterwards, so she picks up all the stun assist off him as well. Excellent shot. Ah, right, now we've got a dangerous one here, a TVP VTU. It's only tier 8 check, but it is a medium tank. It's quite fast, and they're fairly deadly. I'd say the most deadly check tank is the TVP 5051. That really is very dangerous because it's got a magazine of 5 shells that can wipe you out very, very quickly indeed. Whenever I see those, they're a priority target. Unfortunately, the only person spotting for us at the moment is the SP1C. He's further forward, but he can't see anything. Oh, there's the T29. Lining him up. And round out. And it's a near miss. 189. Landed right next door to him. And looks like our friendly Arty, the Lorraine 15550, got a direct hit. He's a splash kill now. We can take him out. 15 seconds to go. And he's killed before we can shoot. Right, now the only other Arty in sight. Oh, it's an M12 making his way up from the south. Now that might be the one that we fired at earlier. And firekitty fired a round in, but we didn't get any results, so he probably moved on. There's another enemy Arty, or is it? Oh, it's the Challenger. The same one we hit earlier in the game. He's a splash kill, and he's been killed. He was taken out by our Lorraine 15550. Okay, we're loaded. We fired around him where we believe the enemy Arty is. Ow, we killed him! Blind kill of the M12. He was seen for a brief second at that position, but he was still there. Firekitty fired it a round in, and yes, she connected. So she's got 2 kills now. Now there's an AMX 5120 with that dangerous 120mm gun somewhere around that tree line. Okay, we've got a shell in the breach. We've got 10 shots left. We are the closest to the enemy at the moment. That's a bit worrying. It might be advisable to move further south. If we get to somewhere like H1, we might be able to fire at the enemy as they move towards the cap. This is an encounter game, but we don't really want to be the closest to the enemy. The SP1C sitting in the water on the other side. Oh, he's moving away. He's moving towards the cap. If the enemy is looking at the cap area, they'll see him moving by the lakeside. Our VK3002D is moving up to the tree line and trying to spot anybody. Oh, a TVP has been spotted. He's in the south, and there's the AMX 5120. It looks like they drove it around the map and came up the other side after the heavies got wiped out north of the forest. Going for the TVP. Round out. Oh, it hits the water. And there's the AMX 5120. Trying to get at our ISU 152. And he got hit by the spick. Oh, we've lost our ISU. Now, the TVP is a one-shot kill if we can get the shot near him. We're almost loaded, and we lose sight of him. We fire the round in blind. No, unfortunately, no damage. That AMX 5120 is tracked. He's firing back at the spick. We're still going to be a little while before we're loaded. The Lorraine tried for a splash kill but didn't work. There's the MX-15. Oh, he's killed the Spic. Now, I thought that would be a dangerous place to be. If anybody was overlooking the lake, they'd be able to take him out. And we've lost the Lorraine, so we're the only one left. We fire a round in to try and get that AT-15, but it's now going to be, time to either ram the enemy, or try and get below the ridgeline so they can't shoot at us and get a reload in. Can't go deeper because we would drown. We've locked on, and the TVP's coming in. Oh, he's ram killed us.
We're done for. Everyone get out.
Oh dear. So it is a defeat. Let's have a look at the end of battle stats. It was the second class tanker for firekitty in the M53, M55. She got a Bruiser medal for getting at least 5 critical hits. She got 17. A Gore's medal for doing more damage than 10 times the hit points of her own vehicle. And she got an eye for an eye because when the enemy rammed her right at the end, the TVP, he died in the process. So she got the kill out of him, which is a rather silly thing for him to do. But there again, it gives firekitty more points. And of course, it does prove a point. Don't drown yourself, because even if they try to kill you by ramming, they could die too. And then obviously you get more hit points, and you also get another kill. So might as well try. Anyway, she also picked up a Confederate out of that. So she hit more of the enemy than anyone else on her team. Let's have a look at team scores. Well, she got the highest damage on her team actually as well. 3,747 hit points. Highest score on the enemy team was the AMX-50 120. He got 5,251. When it came to kills, it was firekitty who got the highest. She got 3. So did the AT-15 and the Scorpion on the enemy team. And when it came to base XP, she managed to get 612 base XP. There was several tanks who managed to score higher than her. The highest scorers were the AMX-50 120, the AT-15 and the Scorpion. If we look at detail report, firekitty fired 13 rounds from her 20 round magazine. She got 5 direct hits, 5 penetration, 9 splash. Damage of 3,747 hit points, of which 3,630 were at more than 300 meters. Obviously the difference is where she took out the TVP by him ramming her, which was funny at the end. She received 1 hit from the enemy. It was a penetration. She also did damage 10 of the enemy, that's 2/3 of the enemy team, and killed 3 of the enemy, that's 1/5 of the enemy team. She caused stun assistance of 1,460 hit points off 12 stuns. On a premium account, she earned 47,893 credits. She got a personal missions payout of 14,975 and an achievements award for getting an epic medal of 5,587 credits, meaning her grand total came to 68,456. And after repair, ammunition resupply, she actually had 30,421 credits to take away. She received 918 XP. She got 526 for the Achievements Award there as well, and a personal missions payout of 405, meaning she took away 1,850 experience points altogether. So some nice to get, as she said, some bling in a defeat. At least you got something out of it, and you did fight the best out of your team because you got the highest score for damage on your team. You really were working hard to do as much damage as you could. Unfortunately, your team let you down and they all died off, and that left you very vulnerable. But even in defeat, even knowing that you were going to die, you still claimed the life of that TVP VTU, so that worked out nicely in the end as well. So if you enjoyed this replay, please give it a like and do subscribe to our channel, and hopefully it'll be your replay that I'll be featuring in the next video.